Days, that was close. The ball just went wide, and your former CFO boy is not having the easiest time here. At least it's staying even with the CS. Curse looking for the invade on the respawn of these Raptors and gets it. They go in. There's the crash down. Damage onto Vampire. He's fleeing from the unspeakable horror. Gala goes in with the arcane shift. When's Ackerman's next Q? Flash away from Ackerman. And Gala keeps on rolling forwards. Lethal tempo stack, but can't commit any further. The flash is down. Junja's still chasing here. I don't think he's going to have that much more he can do. The Scuttle Crab has spawned. Ackerman here with Dudu. I don't know about this Junja.
Mebelos have the numbers. They're chasing Junja out of the forest jungle here. Well done by Mebelos. What a great sequence of plays. Mebelos aggressed onto JDG and make good their retreat.
All you analysts at home, go look over the past 5 minutes, because it starts before this burning the flashes. They re-invade onto the Raptors, and this is the chaos that unfolds. They have the summoner advantage to work with.
That's it. Summoners can be life or death. As we go back to this top side, Zest retreating from what was doubtlessly a play onto his life. Ackerman, though, in the area to respond. Xiaoxu's going to need to respect this, looking for a play.
And he's got level 6 right now. That means he can get so very angry indeed. He's undying with his rage. He flashes over the public execution, but doesn't get the kill. The Ignite's not enough. And Xiaoxu shuts down the Tryndamere.
Yeah, that level 6, so important for the play. And Mebelos Curse in the area, though. I think they've overcommitted. They need to kind of just clear this wave, back away, and call it what it is. A lost fight as we go 1-1. Oh my gosh, some of these fights, I don't know if they're going to turn into something real, especially when Xiaoxu's so low. But let's take a look at this one again on that top side. As we saw, Zest hitting that level 6 in the middle of the fight, able to extend it out. Buffers Xiaoxu's ultimate. I actually think he flashed the ultimate there.
He did, yeah.
Able to dodge it. And then the kite out by Vampire. You can't catch me, Xiaoxu. Mebelos. But the first Drake of the game, an Ocean Drake, has spawned, and JDG are the ones with vision control.
Sports come roaming on in. The shockwaves there. Hongq stunned up. But Hongq presses R rather than Q and gets the kill.
Yeah, Junja here, though, has shown up. All right. I was going to say if there was any follow-up, they would have been able to get Ackerman, but Ackerman plays that one nice and safe. That shock butted up these grubs. And as you were saying, Paranoia now available for... Oh my goodness.
And it's the shotgun R into Scout of the Week, but Hongq's able to speed away. Now the turnaround. As in goes Vampire, he gets a command protect, which sets up for the easiest shockwave of Hongq's life.
The fight's not done, though. Mebelos, though, trying to repel JDG.
Buffers through with the Zenith Blade. Xiaoxu's own ult is turned around from, though, with a good flash. Now Dudu's here with the culling. Looking to pick up a kill, can't quite do it. All the while, Junja wasn't even here because he was doing the grubs.
JDG find themselves at 3-1. The gold is even. The Drake is up. Both teams, though, looking to return to a sense of normality here.
That's surprising, but when you go for these plays, you pull all these triggers and you get nothing. You lose kills, you lose the objective. Even on the proactive move you make, it's tough to see.
Yeah, and I love what happened here, right? So Feisty got a great engage on the Hongq. Keeps them here. Xiaoxu will respond. Feisty in the mid lane.
He is not feeling so feisty anymore as a command protect, and a clockwork windup is good. And more than good enough to pick up the kill on Feisty.
Yeah, no flash on Feisty there. Forced to just walk away.
Whoa! In comes the Paranoia. It ain't done yet. Flashes over the flag of the Dragon of Fear from the unspeakable horror. And Curse turns it around 1-for-1. Cataclysm comes down. I don't know about the extended trade, though. Junja has to back away, burns the ult to very limited avail.
Curse was doing so much damage, I was actually concerned Junja wasn't even going to win that one.
At the Dragon.
That's it. Mebelos first to this Dragon. Ackerman cleared out that vision, had a little tussle with Vampire. The poke is there. They're zoning them away. Only 2 members of JDG here right now. Gala back at the Dragon Pit.
There goes the Paranoia. Junja wins the smite. The shockwave's on. The Magnet Storm follows. And they try to turn around Xiaoxu with the backside. Gets damaged down. Junja gets that kill on the Rel. The flag and drag out. Zest is angry. But does he survive? As Vampire flashes for the CC. Cataclysm. Dudu survives. But the rest of the team ain't having so much fun. The barrier gives itself a vigilance. But again, Vampire. The shield is in. And the double tap's hard enough to bring down the Ezreal.
Dudu played around that blue buff spectacularly. He popped that barrier. Gala was unable to land skill.
Play again because it's a mess, but I really want to shout out Vampire. The amount of key CC he got down.
Yeah, the Zenith Blade has that small root on it. The Q with the stun, so important as they're playing patiently. Gala over the backside. That Paranoia is ripped, the TP committed, but Vampire is just herding Ackerman away here. Tanks some of that culling, protecting the backline of Hong Q and Gala. Zest is trying to get something done, but he just gets brought so low. Vampire, Zenith Blade, Q. The fight's done. Xiaoxu's in the back line. There's nothing Meebalos could do.
Turns out that was just a dying rage. The unpart was a mid-game spike. Harder to execute as the game goes on. You've got to walk that line very carefully on the Lucian to get value out of the fact that you're short range, that you can dash around, but you are then at risk of things like a Jarvan stun, of a Leona jumping on you, with Ambessa getting in range. Zest can't really a threat here. Not quite down, and he just burns out. He doesn't pull the ult, and he just burns away. I don't know whether he had the ult available. My impression was
That's with that damage reduction either.
No, and even people like Vampire being so ahead with the upgraded support item, Zest actually now having a bit of a trade with Xiaoxu. Again, that gold lead that Zest did have is kind of disappeared. Sure, you've got this Ravenous Hydra for a bit more sustain, but you go for the all-in right now. I'm not sure you win unless you bring everyone.
5v1!
They're going to try and make it happen. There's the public execution. Jingdong Gaming! Look at the turnaround. The color comes on down. The damn dying range is there. The unleashed power gets the shutdown. Unspeakable horror there as well will force Xiaoxu away. Absolutely everyone not named Gala was in the top lane. Whoa!
They immediately let rip with the TP. They brought 5 members.
Instead, they could go for the dragon. No, you're right. I missed that with the violence. Whoops, there we go.
That's it. They snuck the Drake while Meebalos were looking to the top side as they look again to this bot side. Xiaoxu under pressure one more time.
There is no ult on Zest, but will it matter as Dudu gets a few more of those vigilance autos down, and the kill is good. Zest does not eat another turret shot. He's out.
Has to be single-digit health. 2 members from JDG. They're hunting him though.
He's looking for that reset. I don't blame him. How he's got 2 seconds on the ult, 1 second on the ult. It's there, but not in time. He falls regardless, and Dudu is unfortunately now in a 1v2, and Honku is just going to keep throwing down tomatoes.
Oh my
Not a bad attempt. I will give it to him, but Honku's got the burn.
Oh my goodness, Dudu was working overtime and it still was, and Zest nearly went down for it, as we see here. Zest starts trading with Xiaoxu, Ackerman coming in, Dudu from the top lane. Ackerman goes in to get the aggro, but unfortunately goes too far away, so it goes over to Zest, so he's forced to flash, and JDG respond. They're rushing from mid. Vampire Junja, they get the orb to get the vision, so they know that Zest is behind this alcove. Junja with the perfect spotted dragon flag. Dudu on the backside trying to get something done to Honku, but it is not enough.
Drafted for a burst comp. You've drafted for Nocturne to ult into a side lane. As there's a blade from Vampire, that's very deep, but he's pretty tanky. Paranoia proc, there's the Magus top. Look at Gala on the other side, throwing out some mystic shots. Curse, need to back away, stays alive for now. Xiaoxu trading with Zest. All the while, the public execution puts Lucian in the morgue. Curse taken out as well, and Jingdong Gaming take no prisoners. They only take lives, as Oriana does die. A few pages torn out of the book, but it will matter not in the grand scheme of things.
3 for 1 over to JDG. And set and buy some items, but let's take a look at this one again. It starts out pretty innocuously. Vampire, flash E forward, is taken over the wall, but the Protoplasm Belt keeps Vampire alive. The healing comes through, and Dudu, you've already spent everything. JDG collapse, take him out. The Cataclysm locks Meebalos in. It's lucky they got something.
Besser, 3,500 gold, soul point. The list just keeps going.
Oh, flash forward.
It is indeed, and it's a Cataclysm to follow that flash. And Honku, well, I said it would be relatively easy to pick up another kill. What do you know? It was. Jarvan sets it up, and Honku knocks him down.
There's that.
Versus 4, it's a good stun. Gala gets chunked but not down. Could look to reset. Zest isn't there. Finally teleports back in. The culling comes on down onto Honku, who needs to flash away. Maybe this is a moment here for Meebalos to find something. Zest goes spinning in with that spinning slash. The scout of the week again onto Xiaoxu. They're trying to turn this one around. Scatters away again. JDG on the retreat, successfully so.
Yeah, JDG respecting the potential damage here from Meebalos, and this is part of their intelligent gameplay. This
JDG in the river first. Control wards in the lime bush, in the banana bush.
They do have the priority, they have the control. It is up to Meebalos to force their way in here.
All the while, look at Xiaoxu looking for an angle, looking to find something in. Feisty loses a third. All the while, Gala throwing out Mystic shots, and Essence Fluxes looking to get a bit more poke down, a bit more damage. Ackerman eats some of it. At the front of the line is this poor Iron Horsewoman. They go into the paranoia, trying to get to the backline. Honku survives. The Undying Rage is there, but again, it feels like a lie. Dudu gets something. Honku goes golden. Feisty buys a moment, but just gets melted as Junja brings him down with a Dragon Strike.
Yeah, Dudu was able to 1v1 Gala on the backside, but what's Meebalos supposed to do when all of their damage was on Dudu and it's gone? JDG able to win the rest of that team fight handily, secure this Mountain Drake and Mountain Soul. They're going to be just that much harder to kill for the rest of this game, but I don't see it lasting that much longer.
Look, Curson
stealing away the jungle of Meebalos. As we go to this again, it was a sort of extended trade here. They're poking, prodding, trying to find a way in to prevent JDG from getting this Drake as Feisty goes low, and it feels like JDG earned themselves the advantage. Meebalos, though, they understand the importance, the criticality of this Drake. Xiaoxu finds a way on the Zest, and Vampire does such a good job holding Ackerman away that the fight around the Drake is so heavily one-sided. Yes, Dudu gets Gala, but Meebalos just had no damage to stop JDG.
That was like 3 flashes in every ultimate to try and kill Honku, and he still survives. Like, they legitimately could do no more there other than have Dudu as well, but again, he gets Gala. That's not bad. The problem is at this point, you're 5,000 gold down, you're into Mountain Soul as a burst comp. There's no Serpent's Fang here. This is going to be a very tough time. Ackerman throws down a Magnus Storm, but unfortunately, it's easy enough to split those poles apart. Zest goes Undying, but again, you can only be so angry for so long. The Cataclysm down. Junja gets the kill. Unstoppable. A double for another one of those LCP imports. A triple to Junja, who might even be able to pick up another.
What a blowout of a fight. It's a clean ace over to JDG from the LPL, and it looks like they want to close this game out here and now. 30 plus seconds before anyone from Meebalos is able to respawn and try and defend these Nexus turrets, and the wave is here. It's going to end now.
The Nexus turrets are broken in a matter of moments. JDG saw the flexes, saw the creativity in the draft, and smiled. The mid-game fights were too much. The Tryndamere value was stifled, and Jingdong Gaming proved again to be that little bit too lethal.
Thank you.